Food access is a problem many Americans are facing. United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley is tackling the problem with collaboration.
"51% of the people in the Lehigh Valley who are food insecure are above the poverty line, so they do not qualify for a lot of the benefits that are there. However, they do qualify, with no questions asked, to go to a soup kitchen, to go to a food pantry. United Way believes that every resident of the Lehigh Valley deserves access to healthy, nutritious food.
Hunger is probably the most invisible of all disabilities. Children who are hungry can't learn. Employees who are hungry can't work to their best capacity. And seniors who are worried about whether or not they can turn the thermostat up 2 degrees or eat are not living the life that they intended when they were younger.
Food banks, there are a few in the area, and they are wonderful. It's hard for them now to keep up also with the demand. So we knew that we have hungry families and we have hungry kids. And we have families come in and we talk about food, and they're hungry. They really talk about, well, we haven't had meat in 2 weeks. You know, we're just eating cereal. And they're drinking Coke for breakfast because it's less expensive than orange juice and milk.
And the question is, how do we get more fresh food into the hands of residents of the Lehigh Valley? Well, one way is to expand the food stamp or SNAP benefits across the valley. So the Easton Farmers Market, the Rodale Farmers Market, these are all places where you can access fresh food, and affordably so if you're using the SNAP benefits. We also support nutrition education programs that work together with these other emergency food programs. So nutrition education programs provide classes to students, their parents, adults, families, and through the Cooking Matters program, what we have found is that families actually improve their nutrition. They change their cooking habits in their homes.
United Way's new focus this year is on nutrition education. They have provided us this year with a grant to provide nutrition education, Cooking Matters classes, if you will, at the schools that are their focus schools. The idea is to teach the kids and their moms those skills that they need. The idea behind Cooking Matters is to get people out of the drive-through fast food lane and around the dinner table.
I was interested in learning new ways to cook, more basic ingredients. My husband lost his job recently, and because of that, our budget has been pretty limited.
United Way's goal is to change a family for the long term so that they are able to no longer have to rely on soup kitchens or have to rely on food pantries.
This program has definitely helped my family during this hard time with my husband not having a job.
United Way is interested in a transformation where the Lehigh Valley looks different, where the Lehigh Valley is actually a place where all residents have access to affordable, nutritious food.
Joining us in the studio is Lorna Velazquez, Executive Director, Hispanic Center, Lehigh Valley. Lorna, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're seeing such an issue with hunger and food access in this region and across the country. What's the experience been at the Hispanic Center?
There definitely is an increase in need for food. There are definitely food shortages, and especially for healthy food and access to healthy food.
What would you say to someone who has sort of a stereotypical vision in their head of what hunger is? How would you describe hunger, food access, and the need that really is in our community?
I would say it could happen to me tomorrow. It could happen to any one of us, so keeping that in mind, that most people want to work. Sometimes things just happen, and keeping in mind that giving someone a hand up is a good thing. So what the United Way does is definitely a great thing.
So seeing that increase in that working middle-class families who aren't having access to healthy food, aren't getting the food that their families need, what initiatives is United Way taking with the Hispanic Center and other agencies across the Valley to fulfill that need?
The United Way has been very supportive to us. We are so excited that we were awarded a grant that is allowing us to operate our food pantry in a much better way. So it was a volunteer food pantry, but at this point, the United Way with that grant has allowed us to have a food pantry coordinator. So even though our food pantry is only open once per month, we're serving around an average of 250 people per month in just a 2-hour span. So that tells you what the need is, and a lot of them are unduplicated. Without partners like the United Way and Second Harvest Food Bank, we wouldn't be able to serve our community.
You talk about a food pantry, and there certainly is a need for those emergency food services, but what about health education? What about educating people on how to use healthy food and how to cook with it and to educate the kids? What role is that playing?
It's amazing how the United Way is really aligning everything, so the education with the access and trying to increase all things together. The cooking classes are amazing, but people are having a hard time affording healthy food. So having healthy food in food pantries, which we try to do with partners like St. Luke's Hospital, the Sands Casino, and also Tommy Hilfiger at the Sands outlets, allows us to provide that healthy food.
Lorna, hunger is such a big issue. Why does it take the whole community rallying around this issue to really make a difference?
That's what I love about our community, is that whether it's corporate sponsors, the schools, the United Way, we are all coming together because there is no way one can do it alone. So I think the United Way is very aware of that, and they intentionally are bringing us and helping us come together to try to tackle this huge issue.
Lorna, thank you so much. Really valuable information.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
For more information on food access, United Way, Hispanic Center Lehigh Valley, or anything from today's show, go to our website at thepeaktv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter for giveaways and behind-the-scenes action. And remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.